guys, Sue back with our next IPSUM crafty make. So this time we're going to be using the humble cereal box, which if you're like my house, you get through about one a day. Okay, so what we were going to make are these lovely little sketchbooks, journals, or writing books, whatever you like to use them for. And the cereal box will form the cover of this, and I'll show you how to do this watercolour technique. We're also going to be using the yarn made from our old socks in the previous tutorial to secure it. Okay, so what you are going to need for this is a cereal box. You're going to need some paper to put inside. Doesn't matter if you've got lots of different papers, it makes it more interesting. Some string or yarn to secure it, and some scissors. Also a hole punch. If you don't have a hole punch, don't worry, you can always make the holes with a pencil and a rubber underneath. And then I've put stuff to decorate. So I'm going to show you with paint today, but you can just decorate it with pens or collage, stickers, anything like that. Okay, so first off, you need a cereal box, and what you need to do is you need to open it right out, and what you're looking for is this section here. So you can see already it gives you a nice clear line around the edge to cut out as a guideline. Okay, so that's what I've done here. So I've cut that out like so. Then what you need to do is fold it in half and it becomes the book cover. Okay, so what I've done is then I've punched 2 holes in it, and in order to get those nice and central, what I did was I folded it to get a little mark in the middle, and then that mark gets lined up with that and punch the holes. Now the pages you want to fit nicely inside your book, so you don't want them too big, but you can make them a little bit smaller so they sit snugly inside, totally up to you. So what I did was I used my pages. Now obviously you're going to be folding them in half, so it will double up the amount of pages. So I've just got 3 sheets here, which becomes 6 pages. And what I did was I folded it on, put it in, and then made a little marker of where I needed to cut my pages. Fortunately, because this is like squared paper, I had some nice lines to guide me. Then what I did was exactly the same, folded it, and then gave me a marker, and that meant my holes were nice and central, and then they line up nicely. So like I say, if you don't have a hole punch, just a pen with a rubber underneath, push through and wiggled a bit to make your holes. Okay, so once we've got our pages and our cover, we're ready to put it together. If you want to, you could use the other part of the cereal box to put inside to cover that, but I quite like it. It's quite creative and rustic. So I'm going to put the pages in there. Now what you need to do is take your yarn that we made earlier. What's great about this is it's got a bit of stretch. So when you put it in and you open up your sketchbook, it allows the pages to open right out. What you want to be careful of, if you're using string, that you don't pull your string too tight, because otherwise, if you do, you'll have problems opening your pages in the middle. So if you're using just ordinary string that doesn't stretch, do it a little bit looser. Okay, so now the fiddly bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to post your piece of yarn through your hole at the top, and you're going to then post it through all of the pages. So we've got a little bit of a point in there, and then back through. Okay, so we've done that first bit, and then we're going to come back down, and then we're going to back through the pages. So it's a little bit like sewing with the yarn, sewing through pages. And you can see how stretchy this is and really easy to work with. And again, you can coordinate your yarn with the colour of your book cover. Okay, and then what you do, I'm just going to snip that off there, is just tie a nice knot. So you can pull this quite tight, the yarn, because like you said, it stretches quite nicely. So I'm just going to snip that off. And that knot will be at the back of the book, so you can see, because it stretches, it opens up our book nicely. Now what I've got here is just a little tie. It keeps it all together. So kids love this kind of thing because it creates almost like a little diary. Then you could maybe hang charms or something off it. Again, it's for you to be as creative as possible. So all I did for that was took myself enough. I'm just going to make sure it goes all the way around. Yep, doubled over. Give myself plenty. And then here, so at the back, you just loop it through and then you pull your strings back through themselves. Okay, and then one piece goes one way and one piece goes the other way. And it is as simple as that. And there's your book. So you could make different sizes. If you've got bigger pieces of card, you could make all different coloured papers. You could put a little pocket in the side with an envelope. So again, it's just an idea that gives you lots of